Alright guys, what's up? We are going to be bringing you some Modern tonight. Should have 4 rounds here. And Nick has said he has got some spice for us tonight. We're going to call it Yargle Cookbook Combo right now. Is what we're going to call it here. I'm not too familiar with it. I might be able to pull something up here for you here in a minute. Then Jeff is going to be on Rakdos, and he is not playing the Rakdos that is typically played in Modern right now. He is playing his own little brew of Rakdos, and it does well here in this home shop. It does mighty well. Mighty well. So give me a second. I'll see if I can pull up that list that Nick is on tonight while they're shuffling up. So I'm currently trying to find the deck that Nick is playing tonight.
He's not playing footfalls?
He is not playing footfalls. He is playing some Yargle Hotness. I think it is this right here.
Oh, they're starting up. You probably should check this ring though. They're starting.
We are here. Yeah. I'm getting close to the list, y'all. I'm getting close to the list. Alright, so I have it here. I lied. This is not the list. Alright.
Round 1.
Fight. Alright, no. Well, Aaron, I know you've been gone for a hot minute. How's it feel to be back?
Like I never left.
Like you never left? A sad thing to see. He may have been gone for a while, but I do believe my co-host, Mr. Turner here, is going to be hitting the other side of the camera pretty soon. Does that sound...
That's the plan.
Sound accurate?
Maybe not next week, but definitely probably the week after.
Alright, so we're leading on a Shocked Blood Crypt Thoughtseize.
What you want to do, just go down 16 immediately.
Let's see. Taking a Douthie here. Jeff has Seasoned Pyromancer. I believe that's a Special Art Croxa. No, he's casting it. No.
So they casting.
Yeah, no, that's a Croxa. That's a Special Art Croxa.
I was like casting.
And it looks like he has 2 Spyros left. Is that a Blood Tithe Harvester? Created a blood token? I do believe.
It's a blood token, but it's hard to see what that is.
Like I said, I'm not too familiar with this hotness he's playing tonight.
Cookbook combo.
It runs Cookbook, and it runs Yargle. And I can probably pull up the Yargle, but it's doing some shenanigans with the graveyard and sack effects from Cookbook. I'm pretty sure. So we had a Seasoned Pyromancer from Jeff. Discarded 2 cards, one of them being a non-land card, creating a token. Drawing 2 cards. And for Nick, we have
a s'more. Is that what he's eating?
S'more.
He had something in his hand. Or is that a sandwich? I can't freaking tell.
That is Asmo. I'm not going to try to pronunciate the entire name, unless you would like to, my friend.
I'll do it for the vine.
You'll do it for the vine? Oh, well, that didn't work.
Card Asmo. Oh, that second one?
It is this card right here. If you would like to try to pronounce this.
Give me a second. I gotta put on my reading glasses. Ahead. So that's Asmorin Omardi Ikadiastina Koldakar.
Fairly close.
I was doing it as I was reading it.
Shout out to MTG Remy. He did a whole song on that card. But basically, legendary human wizard 3/3. And as long as you've discarded a card this turn, you may either pay red or black to cast it. And when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Cookbook, Underworld Cookbook, and reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Has the ability to sacrifice 2 food. Target creature deals 6 damage to itself. So if you have 2 food, you're like, oh, shoot it.
And very few creatures are surviving 6 damage straight to the chest.
And as I was talking about the card, I missed the gameplay. That's where me, as a new commentator, needs to be able to cross look here. I gotta be able to look at the card and also look at the field. So my apologies on that one. But it is a Yargle Combo, so I'm assuming Nick got that one. But we'll definitely know after the play, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot that over Nick's way. Alright, so I don't know that I'll be able to pull up a list for Jeff. Jeff uses... so this... Is this no, this is Scam. I'll see if I can find Jeff's list, but it is going to be hard. Let's try this. I'm not finding it. So essentially what Jeff's deck does is it controls the hand with Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Liliana the Veil, Croxa. It runs a bunch of removal spells such as Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, and it has threats in the form of Douthie Voidwalker. Sometimes he plays Turok, and then Crox is obviously a threat as well. Then it has some card advantage with Seasoned Pyromancer. So good overall, perfect, balanced mid-range deck.
Just Rakdos good stuff.
Rakdos good stuff for Modern, yeah. We do have Rakdos there.
Let's spell it.
No C.
No C.
No C. Good catch. Boop. I think I need to update the YouTube video too, because I think I put a C in the YouTube video.
Now, if he was running 8 rack, then you could call it Rakdos.
Rakdos, yeah. Alex, how are we still sounding tonight?
Wait, what's our vocals looking like?
Pretty solid. I like that. Just like Nick's deck, apparently. It's pretty solid.
And what? Turn 3 winded?
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's
But that's what you get with Modern. And I'll tell you what, y'all. When we get a chance after this, we may see if Nick would come in here and explain his deck a bit. Running that spicy combo.
A little bit of a victory lap?
Victory lap. Yeah, if he pulls it off, yeah. All right, y'all. So we had a turn 0 ley line of Sanctity from Nick. Protect that hand, protect that combo. Blood Tithe Harvester from Nick. He's got an Urza Saga going. He's on the Karnstruck position now here. We have a Douthie Voidwalker on Jeff's side. And I'm just wondering if Nick has the ability here to pull it off.
What's that saga he's running?
The Saga?
Yeah.
Like what, art or just...
What is it?
It's called Urza Saga.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's Urza Saga.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was for a second. All right,
it's the only land saga.
Okay. I thought he maybe was just putting it in a weird place.
Now, what's really nice about Urza Saga and a Cookbook combo is Cookbook is 1 mana. So you get to go get that Cookbook with Saga. You see, Asmo Cookbook used to be a real big combo. Then there was the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, such a good saga.
That's gonna be annoying to deal with.
I mean, 2/2 Goblin that when it attacks, it creates a treasure, and it's not going to create a treasure because it got.
It's like bolting bird with
Bolt the bird.
Yeah, but beat gank the goblin. There you go.
So that card, I think that card is the new Shieldred's Edict. I think is what that one is. Let me pull it up just to be safe.
perhaps like an alternate art.
I think that is the Children's Edict. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token, or each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. 2 black, or a black and 1 at instant speed. That's what I believe that card is. I think it might just be a promo.
Looks like it.
We're looking up something here, folks.
Jeff's so confident in this game, he's texting while playing. He says, I don't even know what your turn is.
Hey,
I know what mine is.
There we are in the bottom right corner of his screen.
Represent.
Now we're in the middle of his screen.
He needs to like shoot a peace sign.
And now he's putting the phone away. Nice.
Jordan's like, help, the store's burning down.
Alright, y'all. So, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I believe it is on Chapter 2. It's about ready to flip into a Kiki Jiki. And then he's already got a Shadow Spear off the Saga. Jeff's got a Turok and a Douthie Voidwalker going on.
Just bulking up this board.
Necromentia and Inquisition of Kozilek was just revealed by Jeff. This is riveting, isn't it?
It's definitely longer than the first game.
Alright, that is a, I'll just slip my mind. Hogak's,
Hogak.
Hitsugu consuming,
Why did you say that
consumes
name?
all.
Why did you say that name? Hogak.
Hogak is no longer here. So,
It screams.
it's better known in our community as HCA. Basically, it comes in and it says destroy all creatures mana cost 1 and less. Chapter 2 on it. Hang on. Assuming
The Google search.
what about it?
It said one of the suggestions was like how to consume alcohol.
Stop.
It did. Take it as a suppository, of course. If you want to get really drunk. You looking up?
I know I was talking about the card. Alright, here it is. Hitsugu consumes all. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. Second chapter is it exiles all graveyards, good against the combo deck. And then third chapter, exile this saga, return to the battlefield transformed. And it transforms into a 3/3 trampling baddie that whenever he deals damage, you put a 1/1 counter on it. And then, if he deals 10 or more damage to a player in one turn, that player just loses the game.
You called him a baddie.
He is a baddie. If
I ain't never lost to a baddie before.
it'd be really cool if there was a way, just play Hitsugu consumes all. I don't know why I said Hogak, but Hitsugu consumes all, and then just put a bunch of counters on it and swing.
Schwang.
Yeah, so we flipped the Kiki, the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We got the Blood Tithe Harvester, another blood token here. Nick's hand safe due to the Leyline of Sanctity, with the exception of Croxa and Liliana of the Veil. I like those big die. Makes it easy to see what it's on.
It does. It does. Like seeing how Nick's life is dangerously low.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing a game 3 here. Douthie, hang on, let me not mess this up because I always get Douthie and Turok confused.
You just Google some Indian woman. That's better.
Yeah, Douthie Voidwalker has Shadow, so Nick doesn't have any creatures with Shadow. So that Douthie,
it's just
swinging.
It may as well be unblockable.
Yeah. Alright, got a Goblin token, swinging in with the Den of the Bugbear, Goblin token, Douthie, and he's thinking about the Turok. He is swinging the Turok. We're looking at lethal here. He has to block. He's taken, I believe, 3, going down to 4. No, 4 down to 3.
Apply pressure. Can't give the.
And then here's where Jeff just goes top deck bolt. But if Nick's able to pull off a combo this turn, he could win.
It has to be this turn, though.
Make him have it, right?
He's got to have it.
In the wise words of a Pleasant Kenobi, never didn't have it.
Picking up.
Are we fully picking up is the question.
Oh, this is the Jeff. That's most mannerisms. He just grabs his bunch. So they're talking about the game.
Probably talking about some different play lines, different things that could have happened.
It's over.
He didn't D-sideboard. Is Nick D-sideboard? Alright guys, we will be right back. Looks like the Spartan got there, possibly with his cookbook combo. We will go grab him and find out all the details, and we will be right back, y'all. Alright y'all, welcome back. I am here with the man, the myth, the Spartan. And he just took a clean 2-0 clean sweep there on the first round of the night for us, and he is here to explain a bit of the interactions of this deck. I know you've been talking about it a lot in our chat here, and I personally have been so busy with work I haven't been able to keep up with the chat.
Sure.
So you want to explain a bit of what I was going here? I explained Asmo a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, at the core, you're a Asmo cookbook deck, but you're playing Glorious Vengeance and Kragenwick Cremator to do stupid stuff with Yargle and Matani and Emrakul. So Cremator lets you create a deal damage to any target planeswalker or opponent. So you can fling Emrakul for 15 or fling a Yargle and Matani for 18. So game 1 against Jeff, I won the Glorious Vengeance route by just discarding with the cookbook, putting Yarl in the yard, and then Glorious, he had no blockers, and you can use that 16 life. You think you're safe there, but with this deck, I mean, one fetch shock, puts you in range.
You know, if he wasn't tapped out, I'd be worried about him just having a bolt.
Well, so in game 2, he was worried a little bit. he didn't know about the Through the Breach. That's how I won the sideboard. That's how I won game 2.
So through the breach out of the side.
Won me game 2. One of them. I drew it, and he was thinking, he was more worried. He had Douthie out, which stopped the Glorious Vengeance plan. But I bring in Through the Breach and like Fables against decks like his, like just to be more mid-rangey and try to fight with them.
So I was wrong on this card right here, this Voldaren Epicure.
Yeah.
It had kind of the same art as Blood Tithe Harvester. And,
Makes
you know,
blood.
it's the same frame. It creates a blood. So I couldn't really tell. I thought it was Blood Tithe at first. I should have known, not just seeing 1 mana being paid.
Yeah, the Voldaren's great. It makes the blood, which is another discard enabler for Asthma or for the combo with Glorious Vengeance. You can go turn 1 Voldaren Epicure, make the blood, and then you can set up like a turn 3 with Vengeance to do it. But it has the stupid stuff, but also you can just pivot into a saga, good stuff, make big constructs playing if you have to.
You know, one thing I like about this, you know, for people who are kind of afraid to dabble into Modern a little bit, just because of the price aspect of it. You know, Modern has came down a lot since Modern Horizons 2 came out when it comes to prices. But, I mean, this deck is relatively reasonably priced. And, you know, as we saw Game 3, you had a turn 3 win with it.
Yeah, I mean, it can win. The nuts is you can win on turn 2.
Right.
If you have a turn 1 cookbook, then you go turn 2 Gorios with discard something. Now, that's enough to get the job done, especially with Emrakul, because Emrakul you're swinging for 15.
Right.
You put them down low, and then you're like, I thought about maybe trying to bolt some bolts just to like do 18 damage the other way, but the All Star this match was Yargle Matani. I mean, like I said, it's 18-6. I mean,
Now,
it's
do
just a powerhouse.
do you have a special art of this?
I have one.
Okay. So that's what I was seeing. I was like, what? And where I'm not too familiar with like all the different arts of all these new cards.
Right.
I was like, what exactly is that? Is that the Yargle?
Yeah, but also you play like Profane Tutor, so you can go get your stuff when you need to. Which with 3 Fairy around, I know people have been playing West Call Talisman too.
So I tried playing Ad Nauseam online with Profane Tutor, and because of 3 Fairy being around, I was basically not able to play Ad Nauseam.
Right.
So
overall, deck's fun.
It looks fun.
It can be mid-rangey, but also you can play around. It can play around hate. You can play around the Graveyard Hate. Like you say, I'm playing Fables and stuff on the side. You just go into a mid-range strategy, and you basically black red saga.
All right, right on. Well, I appreciate you coming in here, Nick.
No problem.
Thanks for giving the stream a bit of life tonight. Look at our boy in the background just hitting stuff.
It was almost a perfect segment.
I know, right?
I'd probably go to YouTube. Little deck guide. But
Well, I mean, it will be on YouTube later.
yeah, follow the YouTube channel.
Yeah, follow the YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
TH3 Last Spartan 7 MTG.
Catch all the VODs.
We go through and upload them all, chapter them all, cut them all, make it nice and neat for you, so you can go back and find the individual matches you are looking for. With that being said, I will go find out how many more rounds we got, and we will be right back to bring you round 2.
Peace.
Welcome back, y'all. We are here for round 2 of this modern FNM. And we're going to have an match up with Nick back on Yargle Combo after he came in here, explained it to us. And our other one is an oldie but a goodie. GDS, Grixis Death Shadow. I love me some Grixis Death Shadow.
This game looks like it's going to be really fast.
Yeah, this one should be really fast.
This is going to be like 5 turns.
Like, so as Nick said earlier, his deck it can pull off a turn 2 if need be, or turn 3. But GDS, I mean, depending on if he's running Team or Battle Rage or not, it can be a turn 5, turn 6 deck. But also GDS running Hand Disruption for combo. Turn 1 they'll go Fetch, Shock, Cycle Street Wraith, Thoughtseize. And you're like, oh, you're already down to 12 life? Oh. Oh, you just took apart my hand? Oh. Like,
Guess I die.
yeah, you took apart my one piece of my combo. Ah, that hurts. Or you just get Thoughtseize bugged from Moto and draw what you need. Also, this is Brian's debut here. We've missed Brian. Brian being able to play, it's been awesome. I'm so excited for the guy.
Usually the man behind the counter.
He is usually the man behind the counter. So, we're the people behind the camera. He's the man behind the counter, typically. So, glad to have Brian here. When you're hearing this, Brian, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, love.
Cheers, love. I think that might be... Is that copyrighted? I don't think it's copyrighted. Woo! Boop. I want a boop redemption. Boop. Boop. Alright, Nick. Turn 1. Bloodstained Mire. From GDS, we are going to have Polluted Delta Fetch. Shocking a... Probably a Blood Crypt. Steam Vents. Steam Vents. Ragavan. Monkey, monkey. How well does the turn 2, turn 3 combo deck deal with a Ragavan?
Mock you with my monkey pants.
I mean, let's pull up that list again real quick. I mean, if this is the list, he doesn't have anything to deal with a turn 1 Ragavan in the main board. He said this is the list. He's got Fatal Push out of the side. He can produce a blocker in the form of, I guess, Asmo. Asmo does find a way to deal with the Ragavan, but you have to have to discard a card to get it.
Is that really worth a Ragavan, though?
Oh, the Asmo will live because it's a 3/3.
That's true.
And it gets the cookbook.
Well, I mean, the discard card, but...
How's chat doing tonight, folks? How is chat doing? Nick's going to suspend a profane tutor. I like those die. I like these nice big die. Being able to see what's going on with them. Alright, so Ragavan's going to get a hit here. Swing the monkey. Monkey connects, revealing... it looks like a land. That is a Bloodstained Mire. Alright, we need to know that ultimate guard. That's a treasure. That's a treasure.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
My treasure token, it's beautiful. Have you seen it?
No.
It is Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow holding up the jar of dirt. And it says, I've got a jar of dirt. And it is a true treasure, not only to Johnny Depp, but to me. Alright. Brian shocked in a Blood Crypt and then passed the turn. So he's got 3 mana to work with at instant speed. Back to Brian. Nick just passes. Looks like Brian picked up a shadow. I do believe. I do declare. I do declare Brian picked up a shadow off his draw.
I do declare.
Oh no. 2 mana. He's explaining something. He's talking with his hands.
See, I'm in a predicament here.
EI. Tell you what, EI is an amazing card. Got banned in Pioneer.
That good?
Yes. Are you familiar with EI?
I'm not familiar with anything in Modern.
So I'm going to pull this card up. I'll let you look at it. Let's go to Gatherer. That way it's a little more official. All right. So he put the Ragavan off the EI in exile. Didn't see what he put in hand there. He's got Mishra Bauble just chilling there. Profane Tutor comes off next turn is what they're discussing. Alright, Shocking a Blood Crypt. Playing a Bauble. Nick's gonna fetch. And while he's fetching, let's bring up EI real quick. Alright, so EI, Aaron. Great card. Not seeing anybody. There we go. There's Aaron. They're just doing some cutting right now. EI, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 to your hand, 1 on the bottom, 1 in exile. You may play the exiled card this turn. So that being said, what you're able to do with that is 2 mana. You go, look at the 3. I want to exile this land, put this card I don't need on the bottom, put this card I need in my hand, play the land, and then play the card I just drew. So like, because it says play instead of cast, you can play lands off of EI. So that's what's really nice.
Okay, so yeah, it's just
EIs.
3 cards of your deck, pretty easy.
Look, I've been playing Boros Stoneblade forever in Modern, and I seriously splashed blue just for EI because it's that good.
I mean, yeah, getting through 3 cards of your deck's pretty good.
Brian is holding on to Thoughtseize, Steam Vents, Fatal Push, Mountain Ragavan. Got a Thoughtseize coming from Spartan. There's the Thoughtseize, Fatal Push Ragavan, and the Steam Vents Mountain. Oh man, I am good right now. I'm feeling it. It's that G Fuel.
G Fuel puts in work.
Got my brain focused.
So what's the next plan here of getting through that shadow?
Just combo.
Just win?
Just combo.
And
Wait for Shadow to tap out so you can't... Yeah, he got rid of the Thoughtseize to protect his combo. So wait for Shadow to tap out. That way he knows that he doesn't have a push coming. But it's going to be kind of hard where Monkey's hit 3 times and he's got 3 treasure. It's very unlikely Brian's going to tap out at any point during this. So unless Nick can get rid of that Fatal Push, it might be a little rough. But also Nick's threats are large threats that aren't really pushable, with the exception of Fable of the Mirror Breaker out the side. The only threats that are pushable in Nick's deck are the Kragenwick Cremator, the Oval Chase Daredevil, and then the Voldrin Epicure and Asmo. The Emrakul can't hit. Yargle can't be pushed. So we thought this was going to be quick.
Yeah, no, I called 5 turns.
We had a sacrifice bobble targeting Nick. Brian's going to look at that sweet, sweet top card. And then on his upkeep, he is going to draw on Nick's upkeep. Yeah, that's one card. If I could ban any one card in Modern right now, it would be Mishra's Bauble. Mishra's Bauble is a free card in the deck. It says, hey, I'm playing a 56 card deck. It's a 0-drop. It lets you draw an extra card and gives you deck knowledge of your opponent. Before they can even play their own land, you can get that deck knowledge. And it makes DRC and Unholy Heat really easy to get Delirium. I really feel that Bauble would be a perfect hit in the BNR that's coming up. It's not going to kill any decks. It'll just slow some decks down. Like the Murktide decks that run Bauble, all that's going to do for them is they'll probably drop DRC. They'll probably pick up another low mana threat. They might drop Unholy Heat, pick up more removal. But like, that's really the only deck that I could think of that Bauble would really hinder, and it doesn't even really hinder it.
Ball was just like a low key goat kind of card.
Yeah, no, it's a broken card. Like, I mean, there's no reason that any deck shouldn't play Bauble. Zero reason. It's a free card in the deck. It gives you deck knowledge of your opponent, and let's see. There's the Fatal Push. Permanent left the battlefield off the treasure, and it hit the combo piece there for Nick. Hit his Overchase Daredevil. And Overchase Daredevil, whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may return it from the graveyard to your hand. So it's like a little recursion piece for him. But back to my little rant here. No deck should not play. Every deck should play Bauble. It's a perfect card.
It feels perfect. Every deck would be running it though.
It should. There's no reason not to. It says, hey, I'm going to replace myself. I'm not going to cost you a thing, and I'm going to let you take a peek at what they're playing. Why wouldn't you? It's fetchable with Urza Saga, which is another big card in the format. It triggers Delirium really well, which a lot of decks run Delirium cards.
Well, it's drawing at the beginning of next turn's upkeep.
You're still replacing itself.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're trying to run a faster kind of deck, and you draw into a Bauble, you know you're slowing yourself down. Because what if that card could be something that you really needed? What if you're running a burn deck and you really needed a burn spell, but you draw a damn Bauble, and now you gotta wait till next turn just to see what you would have drawn?
That was rough. That Ragavan has been the story of this game real quick. But yeah, back to what you were saying. Yeah, you are right. If you're playing an aggro deck, probably not in Bobble. But if you could play 56 cards instead of 60, would you?
But you're not. But if you can trip on your turn, that'd be one thing. But like, waiting an extra turn.
All right, another card that's just like it. Manamorphose. Let me filter my mana and replace myself. It makes you a 56 card deck. You put Bobble and Manamorphose in a deck together, you're at a 52 card deck.
I guess it depends on what deck you're running it in. Like, if you're running, again, like a bunch of smaller stuff, I don't know. If you really need a different kind of turn, like one play. If you have running like a lot of like like one drops, Metamorphose becomes a problem, because if you get like 2 in your opening hand, yeah, you're replacing stuff, but that's on turn 2, not turn 1. So that Metamorphose could have been a 1-drop creature or spell that you could play. A bit harder sell, but I don't know about Bobble.
I feel like it's the one card that you could get rid of the format and it's not going to hinder the format. It would help the format. But, I mean, the format is in a fairly healthy place right now. Alright, Brian's reading that little, the Kragenwick Cremator.
How is a Through the Breach deck and a Death Shadow deck going this long?
Well, the Through the Breach is in the sideboard. It's like a little gotcha out the side.
Gotcha.
The Goryo's Vengeance is the real reason we're here for the combo. Man, Brian is like, his hand movement is like on point. Cookbook and Emrakul?
Picking it up.
I don't know if y'all could hear that, folks, but all I heard out there was that damn monkey.
I mean, it how many times unchecked?
That monkey never didn't connect.
Just what I'm saying, you cannot let Ragavan just get free swings. He's free casting back there, and it's like you're trying to lose at that point. You have to kill the monkey.
Bolt the bird, bolt the ape.
The ape's stronger than bird, I'd say. Like, a bird's potential threat, that monkey is the threat.
While they're shuffling up real quick, I'm really curious about something here. While they're shuffling up here, folks, let's just take a look at some of the top cards in Modern. Number 1 play card,
Bolt.
Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Second play card, EE. All right, that's there for Rhinos, all those token decks. And then good old Monkey here, sitting at 27% of the decks in the meta. There's pretty high numbers.
You're playing a deck, there's a 25 or 1 in 4 chance.
There's a 1 in 4 chance it's got a Ragavan in it.
Yep.
Like, Monkey has he is coincidentally the number 2 creature in Modern.
I wonder why.
Fury. because Fury kills monkeys. Fury kills monkeys.
Bracing.
You know, people are playing this Orvar in the side. It's just crazy to me that he's 17% and he's a sideboard card. That's what's crazy to me. Alright, looks like we are about to shuffle up for game 2 here, y'all.
This question is whether or not Nick's going to deal with that monkey.
Is he going to, quote unquote, spank the monkey?
You said this is a PG stream, sir.
I mean, it was PG until you said it. It mentioned something about it. It's kind of one of those things like, oh, it wasn't awkward until, you know, you made it awkward.
This is not like in Looney Tunes where they look at look below them and see that there's no ground and then they fall. It is what the viewers, sir, know what they're talking about.
You know, you preached G Fuel to me forever. And then I got hooked on it.
It's really good.
I very rarely see you drink G Fuel.
I have to buy more, and I just keep getting lazy about it.
I've got a link for you.
I don't want to buy it. Like when I was working at Walmart, that's all I drank. Like, because they sold them there, and so on my breaks, I would just buy a can of G Fuel and down it for a bag.
That is something, folks, we are slowly working on. Seeing about getting something like that in here. Alright, so turn 0. Leyline of Sanctity. Turn 1. Urza Saga pass. You know what Nick can do right now? He can tap and out of colorless.
That's not nothing.
It's not nothing, you're right.
Strictly Bitter Wasteland.
Alright, there is DRC. Do we have a... No, he passed turn, so he didn't have a bobble for the DRC. I don't know how... I guess he wants to... Usually I don't feel good about a turn 1 Saga. Turn 2 Saga, yeah. Because then you can activate the... take advantage of the second chapter ability. But I guess with him being a combo deck, he wants to ramp out that cookbook early.
Yeah, no, the faster.
So it makes sense.
The faster you get the slog out, the faster you can get your stuff going. I mean, you can get more tech later, but tech don't matter. We got a bazooka.
You don't need firepower when you're rocking these guns. Well, chat, what are we thinking of the update of the stream? How are we liking how it's looking?
The vibe, as it were.
Better, worse? Could care less?
Couldn't care less.
Could not care less. Yes. Well, no, I'd want them to care. If they didn't care a little bit, they wouldn't be here.
Well, if they could care less, then that means that they're like, I could care less, but it's not that bad. But if they couldn't care less, that means they don't give a hoot.
Brian's thinking hard. Oh, he just got hit. Oh, the Emrakul. Emrakul got there. Gora's Vengeance Emrakul. You know, Nick just did that classic Danny DeVito meme. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Or no, what was that? Who's that? Not Danny DeVito. I went pew 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 for Danny DeVito.
Anyways, I started blasting.
So anyways, it started blasting. But who's the call an ambulance, but not for me?
It's just some old man. It was like some kind of car commercial or something.
Gotcha. That's what Nick just said with that Emrakul. Frickin' Emrakul. I have a goal in life, in Modern. Whether I do it online or in paper, I want to fling an Emrakul. I want to cheat out an Emrakul into play.
Swing and fling?
No, I don't even want to swing. I just want to cheat an Emrakul into play and fling it at their face. That's it. Because here's what I love about Emrakul. It says it has protection from instants. Yep. Right? Well, sure. Fling is an instant, but it does not target the Emrakul. It is a additional cost to cast Fling.
Bit of tech.
It's part of the cost. So I just want to fling an Emrakul and hit someone for 15. That's all I want to do. I just want to say, through the breach Emrakul. Oh crap, you're going to swing. Okay. Nope. Fling.
Take 15.
Take 15.
To the dome.
Nothing you can do about it because it was part of the cost unless you counter it. But it's a personal goal of mine. I also have another goal in Modern. I want to be on the draw. Or no. I want to be on the play. And I want to go pass. Let them draw. Let them fetch. Quadruple archive trap. That's another goal I have. I'm just going to pass. Because after they draw their 7, and then they draw, you just go, if they fetch, you just go 4 archive traps. And that is the perfect amount to mill someone out. I've done the math. It is there. Is it physically impossible? No, it is not. Is it highly unlikely? Yes, it is.
Yeah, because they'd have to fetch turn 1, and then you'd also have to have
all 4
the grip in your hand. Yeah. So that's where you just molly till you get the 4, right? That's what you're trying to go for.
If you're yeah. It's a bit of a meme, but still.
Yeah, 4 out of the 7 in your hand being that's rough.
Double. All right, I'm really curious what these 5 cards are in his hand. If he went double A line game 3,
I mean, that's hard to you really get rid of that. So.
All right, GDS. I haven't seen a Shadow 1.
Nope.
Fetch Ragavan. He told me he was on GDS.
Maybe he lied.
You want to spray cranberry? Alright, so Nick kept, it looks like, Blackcleave Cliffs, Double Leyline, Voldarin Epicure, and looks like we got a monkey here, y'all. This monkey is quote-unquote checked because Nick has a blocker here.
He's gonna need it. Did Jordan text you back? What he did? He didn't do that.
Never know. Maybe he was thinking of his homeboy. Alright. Fetch, Shock, Blood Crypt. Nick essentially had a mold of 5 here. But it was a protected mold of 5.
I mean, you're basically just making sure. Let's say. I mean, you gotta like you get two ley lines opening hand, even if it's the same one. You gotta keep it right, unless like the 4 is just bad or 5. The 5 is bad.
Unless the other 5 is bad.
Like
Yeah.
Simply, you protect yourself from most, not all, but most hand disruption.
All right, 13-17. The reason we didn't see Death Shadow Game 2 was, I mean, he was dead before he even got to 13. So
Yeah, no, he went down bad.
all right, what do we got here, Brian? Drew a land. He's got an EI, so he's probably going to EI here, try to find an answer. Yep, there's the expressive iteration. We're going to look at a bauble, a land, and I think that was a drown in the lock. I could be wrong on that. So the card he exiled was the land. Plays the land. It's a polluted delta, even though it is glared. And he put the bauble to hand. So if it was a drown and lock for the 3rd card, that's the one he bottomed. I just got a quick glimpse. I can tell Nick's getting excited. Nick, that's a tell whenever he's like, I'm ready. I'm excited.
He's got a grip in his hand.
Yeah. I don't know what Nick has, but I know he's excited about something. All right, yeah. So that was a drown in the lock, I do believe. That's not what that is. I think that's drown in the lock. Right? No, too late. Alright, so we got cookbook here. What recipe's he pulling up here? What recipe would you be doing with that cookbook?
What I'll be cooking with?
Yeah, what would you be cooking with Underworld Cookbook?
I'd be getting one of them McDonald's McRibs. That's what I'm cooking.
Brian's got the pretty space lands. What is that? Is that a K command?
I can see it.
I think that's the alternate art K command.
K command's a very, very good card.
Alright, he's thinking of this drown in the lock here. Yeah, he's drowning the Asmo. Swinging monkey. Monkey connects.
Give me that.
Revealing an Urza Saga. If Brian pulls this off, alright, he's activating Cookbook. Discarding a Through the Breach.
You know what, Alex? I really haven't either. But
You've never had a McRib?
I don't eat McDonald's.
Well, sadly, you'll never be able to have a McRib again because they fully discontinued it. Last year was the last year for the McRib. But it was just I'll tell you what it was.
They're bringing it back.
You can still have a McRib, and here's how: you get you a just a plain cheeseburger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get a side of the McDonald's barbecue sauce, and on that cheeseburger, hamburger, you get a hamburger with pickle and onion, and then you just take that barbecue sauce, put it on it, there, boom, there's your McRib. That's all it is. They just reshaped the patty to be square instead of circle. So McRib is year round. There's a fun little food hack for y'all. It's pretty good. It also depends on the McDonald's what kind of rib you get, because sometimes they just drizzle the sauce on. Other McDonald's,
They'll drench it.
it's drenched.
But,
All right, so we got 2 food. We got that Oval Chase Daredevil from Nick. He is now in the grave. Looks like he got sacked to the cookbook. He's creating food here. Why haven't you had the McRib, Alex? Why haven't you had it? I mean, Nick's cooking here. He's got food. He's got creatures in the yard. There's the Yargle in the yard. Do we think Nick's going to pull it off with the Yargle? 18-6
so stupid.
for 6 mana.
It's unbelievably dumb. It's hilarious.
We'll have to talk about this flavor text. We'll do that after the game's over here. We'll talk about its flavor text, because that's all it's got is flavor text.
Yeah, we need nothing else when you get 18-6.
Alright. Reading my own monkey. Oh, he was seeing if he could cast that Profane Tutor off the monkey. Alright, he's good. So, Brian has a Terminate for whatever Nick goes to throw at him. So that's nice. Terminate, great card.
I mean, can't really beat it for a red-black, so.
Alright. Dragon Rage Chancellor. More than likely do have Delirium, so it's a 3/3 flyer that must attack each combat if able. Pardon me, y'all. Nick plays a fetch land. 2 mana. Profane Tutor suspended.
So it's the reason that you do Terminate over Dreadbores, because this is just instant speed.
Yep. Yep, that is why. Now, Jeff fought Dreadbore for you Terminate forever.
I like Dreadbore better. The ability to hit Planeswalkers is going to be better, I think, than just having instant speed.
But think about the decks that run Planeswalkers.
I don't know anything about Modern.
Oh, well. You have Jund decks that run Ren and 6. You have Rakdos that run Lily, but Lily's not really ran anymore. Control decks, they're really where you find your walkers. And what are the chances your Dreadbore is going to resolve?
Well, that's the thing, though. If they want to counter my Dreadbore, then that's fine.
Counter your removal to not counter your threat?
Yep. I want to have my threats on board. And if I'm targeting their Planeswalkers, they're babies. They're gonna probably counter that, and that's fine. Since if they're counting my Dreadbore, they can counter Terminate. Be an ABC order.
I'm just Trying to keep a check over here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Just take a look at that. I'm pretty sure that's what Brian's been holding. I just wanted you to look at that art. That's something else. Like, alright, got a fatal push on the monkey or the DRC. It's probably the monkey. Nick might combo off next turn, given that the Profane Tutor's on 1. Alright, there's the shadow. Emily dead set on that. So Brian's got Shadow, Terminate, and K Command. He's at 9 life, so Shadow's only a 4/4. Alright, DRC's hitting. Nick is at 4. This is game 3.
This is for the marbles. Someone's O has to go.
So Brian could take him to 2 off that K command.
I hold it up.
Oh, he sacrificed a food to gain life. Okay. Profane Tutor coming off suspend. What are you tutoring here if you're Nick?
A prayer?
A prayer. I mean, you got all the cards you need in the yard already.
I guess you get the card that you need to get it out the yard.
Probably the Boros Vengeance. That's probably what he's getting here. At least, look at Brian has been nice and been able to show us his hand a little bit. Nick is being greedy. I can't see him.
He says, I'll show you whenever I win. So I'm looking for that victory lap number 2 coming back.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if we just see this Yargle combo deck just run the tables tonight. Alex, you never answered the question. Why haven't you had a McRib?
Because she values her health.
Yeah, it was something you should have tried at least once in your lifetime.
Nah, I like my stomach not being upset.
Nick passed. Alright, there's an Emrakul in his hand. All I know is Nick has an Emrakul in hand. That's all I know.
It's hard to see.
Nick didn't pass. I thought I saw Nick's hand movement go pass. Right, 2 mana. Alright, he's going for it. There's Boros Vengeance. It triggered the bird. The Ledger Shredder.
Mm-hmm.
He's sacrificing a Fiery Islet to draw a card. So I'm not sure what Brian picked up there.
Brian's just looking for an answer right now. Right?
Oh, he has the answer. He's got the Terminate. And he's got black off the Delta and red off the Steam Vents. Plus he's got 3 treasure. So Yargle comes back. He gains haste. Is Nick expecting this? Yeah, he swung it quick. There's the black red. There's the Terminate.
Termi.
Alright.
So Nick has 1 mana up, and Brian can.
Brian has 4 points of damage on the board.
Full lines command in hand.
Plus K command in hand.
Which is. Nick's at 6 or 7?
Nick is at 7.
7.
Yeah, those die are a little weird to try to guess the angle exactly just because of the way the camera's set up right now. But it is 7. I've learned how to read the roll of the die. We thought this was going to be a quick one, and it ended up not.
Kind of like
But I tell you what, though, it's good content so far. Oh, no. I've been saying he can do 2 damage with K command. He can't because of the Leyline of Sanctity.
That is true. He cannot target it. See? Double Leyline put in some woik.
Oh, it's saving him from just an instant dead.
Yeah, Goomba Stomp.
It's never tickled your fancy. Well, if we want to talk about some fast food here, since, we're cooking up some food with the cookbook and Nick's deck, what is a specialty sandwich that has tickled your fancy from any big name restaurant? Fits in with the theme of cookbook.
A specialty sandwich? So describe a specialty sandwich.
Like McRib. It only comes for a certain amount of time. The Flaming Hot Whopper.
Oh, I mean,
Stuff like that.
if it's any kind of fast food, then I have no opinion. My specialty sandwich is any place that has a grilled cheese.
Nick's pointing to the Emrakul. I think they're scooping it up. Alright, I don't think we're going to see Nick run the tables tonight. It doesn't have to be a burger. It can be any sandwich. Yep, that one went to GDS. I kind of hear them out there talking. Nick had an Emrakul and the, whatchamacallit in hand, the Cragwick Cremator. And he's got Ledger Shredder, DRC, and Monkey that can swing. He's at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 1 point damage away. So, yeah, makes sense why we picked him up here. So we will be having too picky for fancy sandwiches. Okay.
Kind of same. Like, they start adding a bunch of, like, unnecessary stuff on there. It's like, have this 1,000-year-old mayo. It's like, but I don't want that. Then I feel like annoying for asking, hey, can you take like all this stuff off? They really made a stained glass for Yargle.
Yeah. Alright, so they packed it up. Brian picked that one up. We'll probably see GDS again next round. Just depends on how tiebreakers win or if Brian gets paired down, what have you. Real quick though, let's take a look at that flavor text on that Yargle. I haven't looked at it yet. Alright. Alright, so Yargle and Multani. 18-6 for 6 mana. I'll let you give me your best Yargle Multani.
Multani's a woman, right?
Yeah.
Alright. I've heard much about you from my daughter. Multani rumbled. There was a time when I'd balk at your aid, Phantom. But she has shown me the merit in Urbruk's strange ways. Replied Yargle.
I love cards that just have flavor text.
They just go off.
It's just the stained glass version, the stained glass treatment they did here too. That's just it's beautiful though.
It's a meme.
It is beautiful. Also, good news for y'all. I just heard him say time in the round. So that means...
gosh, I went to time.
Yeah, it almost went to time. It almost went to time, which means the next round is going to be coming very, very shortly here. Can you just real quick on that reply for the Yargle, just maybe that'll be our little sign off into the little be right back here.
All right.
How did Yargle reply? All right, y'all. We will see you back here shortly, y'all.
We're gonna have to put on some more later, and if it dies, I said that you could
Nice.
I'll do it up on the table too. I'll like, oh, it's dead. Okay.
All right, guys. Welcome back. That was a quick intermission there. It was nice being able to get up real quick. So here we have Brian on GDS again. Hopefully we'll see a Death Shadow this game. But then we got one of our personal fan favorites here. Good old Willie Rich on some red-white hot hands. Better known as Boros Burn.
Yeah. The hot hands I thought was funnier.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so we thought the last one was going to go quick because it was a turn 3 combo deck versus GDS. This is a burn deck, which usually wins turn 4 versus GDS, which wants their life total to go down low quickly. So that's where you got to be careful as a burn player.
You don't want to hit them too hard too soon.
Right.
Then they could just be, oh, bet, and then...
Oh, you took me down to 5?
Oh, no.
Alright, here's a 8/8 Death Shadow for you to deal with.
You also be careful with GDS, though. You get too low, burn has a grip in its hand,
yeah.
And next thing you know, you got 8 to your face.
Yeah. No, it's a fine... It's a nice dance, nice little tango here that we should see.
It's more like a Western standoff thingy.
A Western standoff?
I don't know what it's called.
Mexican standoff.
Mexican standoff, yeah.
Mexican standoffs where you have 3 people all facing each other. That's a Mexican standoff.
What's 2 then?
That's just a duel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a duel. It's who's going to hit first.
But you know what I like about this? It takes me back to like 2014 Modern. That's what I like about it. We're seeing decks that, were around almost 10 years ago, and they're still being played. They've got some updates to them, and this is going to feel like a real classic match to me. So, swinging in with Monastery Swiftspear.
Get the beats down early.
So yeah, like we were saying earlier, it takes thought from the burn player here on at what point is too much damage to my opponent. And it takes thought on the GDS player, at what point am I going to have to, be more reserved with my fetch shocks and my thought seizes.
I mean, I think as a burn... I'm not a burn player, but if I was the burn player, I'd slow down around 10.
Just hold spells where you can instant kill them when they get to the life total.
Yeah, like if they're at 10, they need to go to 0 afterwards.
Right. Hold 3 burn spells. They hit 9. You just pop them off there. Matt, he's going hand though. He's going the opposite. He went 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 there.
Doing his job for him though.
I'm not seeing a shadow in his hand though. That's the problem.
I guess that's also the thing. You're also, as a burn player, you're betting that they don't have
one of their 4 cards.
One of their 4 cards. Cause
there's a shadow.
Well,
and a monkey. He's tapped out. Do you just go Boros Charm Lightning Bolt? Does he have it? There's Boros Charm. There's Skewer the... Yeah, he's got it. Fire it off, Matt. Oh, no, he's a mana short.
tough. See, but he's holding on to it. He's not just hitting with the stuff. That's smart. He's got a blocker for Death Shadow.
Yeah, so now he can just go. I can take Mac. Well, go worry about Teamer Battle Rage.
I was about to actually say, does GDS run Teamer Battle Rage?
Yeah, well, old versions do. We don't know if Brian does or not. I haven't seen it.
I like the card.
You think about last round with Brian. We didn't see a single Death Shadow hit the field.
You don't have a chance to. There's too much BS going on.
All right, Monkey swinging in. He's holding back the Death Shadow. He's giving up the Swift Spear to the Monkey.
I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, what's Whisper going to do now? Really?
And he's Boros Charming.
Now, the fun part is when Matt goes to sideboard. Deflecting palm. That says, Death Shadow, you help me. You work for me, boy.
Oh, man. Let's see. Does Matt rip a bolt? Boros Charming.
Never didn't have it.
All right. I tell you what, Matt has came here, and he's just gotten back into the format. He's brought an old fan favorite, Burn, and he has been cleaning it up here lately.
I'm gonna text him, see if he sees it mid game, or mid thing. Jordan responded to you, by the way.
All right. So let's see here.
I'll say it to him, see if he can.
You know what? That's where it paid off. Just keeping, just hitting his face real quick. Like,
it works.
Your life total was in a healthy part to where you could just, hold on to. You could take a hit from a shadow and be all right. All right, shuffling up. Matt's still sideboarding though. So, do we think Brian is playing Teamer Battle Rage?
I would. It gets past, like little butts that try to just, annoy the Death Shadow. Double strike, it's pretty much lethal when you're at 5. So I mean, it's just like, why wouldn't you? What is better than Teamer Battle Rage? Because you're getting the ferocious trigger. What would be better? What's the better? I mean, like what? Ride down? Like what are we doing here?
I'm looking here. Alright, y'all. So GDS started off with a mold of 6 and a Dragon Rage Chancellor. Burn, fetch, shock, swift spare, swing in.
Ain't
Yep.
blocking that.
Well, I mean, he loses the,
That's 17, right?
17 all.
Okay.
Swings in the shadow. 16. Yeah, Matt's like, yeah, I'll take that.
We eat those. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Spiring Vantage. Searing Blaze. Searing Blaze there.
Prowess. Give me that.
Down to 11. Down to 11.
Matt's still got a grip in his hand, too. That's scary.
I think this is going to be a nice, quick, hot hand.
A sweet, yeah. From old Willie Rich. Sir William.
Sir William.
I should put respect on that. I should have made him Sir William. Hold on. He's not Willie Rich. He ain't no Willie. You have been upgraded, sir. Sir William, you have been knighted, my man. Use your hot hand to slap. How can he slap?
How can he slop?
How can he slap?
Alright, so Brian's got a negate, or a spell pierce there. Trying to see some other cards he's got. Expressive Iteration.
He can IE himself to the grave. He ain't gonna see nothing that's gonna save him.
I find it weird how Brian does it. Is he, just because when I played it, I always went exile this, put this in my hand, then bottom this. And he, like, puts one face down and then puts under his library. And it's like, oh, you're putting this one in. No, it's going to the bottom.
He dislikes it that much.
Alright, so Nick brought the cookbook to make recipes. Sir William brought the heat to cook what recipes he made. Goblin Guide.
Some hot hands. I guess I'll Boros Burn in Matt's hand too. I could have been wrong. It's hard to see because he plays kind of like Nick. But I thought I saw Boros Burn.
Down to 9.
I think it's that
He's
card.
passing.
Keeping up mana, I guess, for potential threat. That's Boros Burn. Gotta be. It's one on the far right of his hand.
Alright, another EI.
You can look as much answers as you want, but against the burn deck, you got one turn for it.
It had 2 lands and something else. I wasn't able to see what the third card was. You bottom one land, play the other land. Then whatever card.
You just live with it.
Mishra's Bubble.
Oh man, that was the actual threat instead of just something he gets a draw of on the next turn. Pro tip, he's not getting a next turn. That was the Boros Burn. He's not getting a next turn.
No. It wasn't the Boros Charm I saw. I think I saw Will and Kenrith. I think that's a Will and Kenrith. Or a Will and Rowan. The 3 mana blue red walker.
Yeah.
Alright, what's gonna happen?
Is Matt not lethal? He has 4 mana up.
So right now I guess we're in response to the Goblin Guide trigger at the moment.
Yeah, because Brian hasn't untapped yet.
Oh, he hasn't untapped, and I also haven't seen that top card for the Goblin Guide trigger.
Did he take his 2 life already?
No.
No. So yeah, so he'd be going to bolt range.
Because he went from 9 to 5 off the Boros Charm at his end step.
You're right. So yeah.
So we are in response to the Goblin Guide attack trigger is where we are at.
Yeah, he cannot take any damage here.
he's got a drowning lock. I think he's got that drowning lock. He's either debating on drowning locking the Goblin Guide or the spell. That's what Brian's thinking now.
I think you do the Goblin Guide. You have to, because like if you go to 3, your drowning lock's not going to save you from 2 bolts.
Especially when he's got 4 mana.
Like against a burn deck. No, you that's the immediate threat. You don't know what's in Matt's hand. It could be 5 lands. It's not. It 5 lands. But
it's not 5 lands.
You're more likely to win, I think.
Yeah, Brian's in a tough spot here.
He's in a dead spot. He's dead.
He's 4 miles up Hernshaw without cell service.
like Matt's got the plastic bag over his head. He's waiting for the kicking to stop.
We're really thinking here, folks. Matt's just like, come on.
Like,
I play burn to be quick here.
He's probably got 4 damage in hand, which is why he hasn't just done it already. Drown and lock. Drown and lock. Lock.
He's got the lock there.
2 mana. That's drown and lock mana. Drown lock.
Drown lock just went back into his hand. He tapped it for nothing. Lava Spike, Skewer. Okay. Yeah, so that one went to Sir William.
Easy dub. I'm gonna get Matt in here.
All right. All right, y'all. So we are going to have a little bit of a winner's commentary. It sounds like Nick went to go get him, or Aaron went to go get Sir William here. And we will be right back, y'all. It won't be long at all, all right?
Sponsor Patagonia.
Welcome back, y'all. We are here with the winner of round 3 on camera, Mr. Sir William Richards. And he is going to answer a couple questions for us. So, what we loved about that was how quick and easy it was. And how it took us back. You know, back in 2014, you had GDS v Burn all the time. You know, very strategic match. And we were talking about it, and you know your game plan there. GDS wants to be at a low life total, so like you could hit him really quick, and then all of a sudden you just get hit with a 12/12 shadow if you got his life total down low enough, and the possibility of team or battle rage. So this isn't your list per se that I have pulled up here. So I'll ask you some questions, some differences you have in a pretty stock list. That has boded well for you here, because I know you've been running fairly hot here, Mr. Hot Hands. And then, what was your approach to the GDS player?
GDS?
Grixis Death Shadow.
Oh.
What you just went up against?
It's Death Shadow, and any decent burn player can win. It's not some feat.
Okay.
They kill themselves, you just have to help them.
So, or more along the lines, they help you.
Alive themselves.
They help you because they want to go low so quick. Okay. So, I mean, what are some key differences that you have done to a stock burn list that you think have helped you? I mean, are you on more than 2 Helix?
I'm on more than 2 Helix. I'm on less Skullcracks. What is that one? Light up the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't use it.
It didn't seem like you needed it.
I don't run Rolling Vortex main. It's not good with Rift Bolt.
All right, right on. Sideboard tech. I know you were talking earlier in there about Wear Tear. Why not Smash?
It's not worth it.
So you'd rather be able to hit the ley line and also hit like an Urza Saga?
I don't even give a shit about the Urza Saga. I just care about the ley line.
All right. Their
Their
that's
damage
fair.
doesn't mean anything if you're not going to actually do anything to them.
All right, that is a very, very fair
Palm to the sideboard.
compliment
I
there.
need more D-Palms. That is true.
Deflecting Palm, such a great card.
Whoever the fuck is running Chalice of the Void is... That's a disgrace.
This is just a
So-
it's for Chalice on 0 against the Rhinos decks. That's what it's for.
If you're running Chalice on 0 for anything, you don't need it if you're running Roiling Vortex and Minx. That's going to deal 5 to them. You're defeating the purpose of it unless you're going to side out the Vortexes. But if you're setting up the Vortexes to counter something at 0, you're going to deal 5 to them if they have... It doesn't make any sense.
All right.
Chalice of the Void is just bad.
All right.
Chalice is just bad.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Chalice is just bad. Thank you, Sir William. And I guess on that, we'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. Now we have Mr. Brian here, and he's going to talk us through his deck list a bit. We got to see him on camera twice. Round 2, we didn't get to see a shadow.
No, I
Didn't get to see a shadow.
the namesake card, and I think even like round 1 and on camera there, I think I've only seen Shadow maybe 2 times, like 2 copies of it, like all 3 rounds so far.
Well, that was the first round you've lost.
Yeah.
So round 2, round 1. What got you there if you didn't see Shadow?
Round 1 was Ragavan, and round 2 was Ragavan. The card is absolutely broken.
Yeah.
Which is, it's weird that a card that broken is honestly perfectly fine in the format. I feel.
Dude, so many answers to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that it's very easily answerable.
You play any other 1-mana creature. You play Bolt, Solitude, Fury, Push. You play any of those cards, like you got all kinds of answers to it all day, every day.
For me, the one of the biggest answers I think is especially is Renin 6, which is again part of the reason why I think Ragavan got banned in Legacy is Renin 6 is also banned.
Right.
Legacy is one of the cards that keeps that Ragavan in check. Yeah, round 1 and 2 is all on the backs of Ragavan. Shadow just card's great. I never got to see it.
Right. So me and him were talking both rounds, like we were expecting Teamer Battle Rage. You know, that last round with GDS and Burn, you know, I made the comment, takes me back to 2014 Modern. You know, just classic Burn, Grixis Death Shadow. You know, it was an exciting match for me, just because that's the Modern I grew up in. That's the thing that got me interested in Modern. That's the time period.
I think comparing like Modern Shadow to like 2014, 2015 Shadow, I think Shadow had a better matchup back then, because that list was also playing like Gurmag Anglers, Tassigers, you know, much bigger, beefier threats that you could also just jam down very quickly.
Right.
Whereas all of the threats in Shadow today,
Very
all
low
pretty
to the
much
ground.
pretty much die to
Yeah.
everything that Burn has, and I stand by. Burn is the worst matchup for Shadow. I will always say that.
So I swore up and down that I saw K Command in your deck.
It is in my sideboard. I've
Okay.
got 2 copies in the sideboard.
Okay. I'm not used to Monksfield here.
Yep.
Okay,
Right
okay.
there.
Yeah. I was like, I swore I saw it. I had to double check and make sure I knew the right art.
Yeah.
And I saw it in your hand. You were holding on to it forever against Nick.
Yeah, I could not find a good opportunity to play it, especially like the
Double ley line.
the double
The
ley.
double
Oh
ley
my
line.
god.
You saw
The double ley line.
Yeah, the snack keep. Though.
Like so going into game 3, I seriously thought about cutting the Thoughtseizes, just because against Leyline they're dead. I have no answers like to get rid of Leyline, and so I was like, okay, well I could just cut these, but I didn't know what else would be worth citing in. But the K commands, they do have, like, the target player discards a card is probably the best mode on there, just generically. And I was trying to find an opportunity to snipe something with the destroy target artifact.
Right.
I thought a couple of times about like destroying the Underworld Cookbook and then returning Ragavan back to my hand. But like especially, I already had like 2 Ragavans in hand, 1 on the field. It felt like wasted card. It felt like a wasted card there. It's like I'd rather just, if I could get 2 actual value pieces out of it, I would prefer to do that.
So I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Believe you had the Flusterstorm against. Who was it? Matt, you had Flusterstorm in hand.
I guess
No?
Matt, I sided in the Spell Pierces, the
Yeah.
Flusterstorm, and
The Royal Scions.
The Royal Scions.
That's what it was.
That was. I knew I was going to cut the Thought Seizes. Like, just straight up, they're not good in that matchup.
Right.
So I was like, what? I wanted to find a fourth card to put in, and Royal Scions, in the event that he was able to just gas himself out, couldn't, just had nothing left, and I was able to start recovering. Royal Scions is really, really good in that matchup. I've seen a lot of Shadow players play Kaido Shizuki.
Yeah.
I have never liked that card. I have never felt like the card is good in any matchup. And maybe it's because I'm a bad Magic player.
Well, to be fair, you aren't a bad Magic player. You've just been behind the camera or behind the counter, so to speak.
Yeah, it's my first FNM back in a very long time. One of my first tournaments get to play in a long time. But Royal Scions is I found really good against Murktide because it gives me some reach against that deck.
Burst Strike, Trample into turn. That second plus ability is not bad, especially in a deck that runs a lot of threats.
Yeah.
Just
Trample on a Death Shadow?
Trample, yeah.
Plus 2/0 and Trample.
Yeah.
The first strike is great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's the trample.
The trample.
Yeah.
That kind of fills the TBR spot a little bit.
I wish I could find room for that. I'm currently my list is on screen.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I love this list. I've been playing it forever. It feels like at this point, and I'm currently trying to find. I want to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Yeah.
And I keep secretly hoping Underworld Breach gets banned. It has no reason to get banned. I don't think the card is in a position to get banned in Modern right now. But I'm thinking about cutting an Underworld Breach, and I want to play 2. I'm thinking maybe a Fatal Push.
There's one card in your deck that I think should be in consideration to be on the chopping block. Not for your deck, but for all decks in the format.
Listen.
Here's the thing.
Get your argument already.
Free card. It replaces itself. It gives you opponent deck knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Not against Leyline of Sanctity.
But there's no reason to not play the card.
I feel like the reason you wouldn't is because you have to draw next time, so it's not like a full cantrip. If you draw that on turn 8, you kind of need those late game turns to do something other than.
You say that, but a turn 8. If I've got two Darcys on the field, and at turn 8 I draw a Mishra's Bauble, I could potentially look at 3 cards.
So usually more for the information than
it's the in this particular list. It's a big part of it is just to be able to prompt Darcy and get Delirium active for Darcy and for Unholy Heat.
All right. So let's do since we have you here, and you now are. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, I was going to say,
All right,
I don't think it matters.
since we do have you here,
Yes.
how's it feel to play in a shop that you have a tie to now?
It's honestly pretty cool. I've been working in game stores for most of my adult
Rounds
life.
up.
Rounds up?
Rounds up?
Yes.
Well, nice. All right, so we do have a round. We will get back to this. I may do a little finishing here on this. Appreciate you coming in, talking about Death Shadow.
Yeah, man.
And get out there and win your last round.
That's the plan. No promises, though.
All right, Brian. All right, guys. We are really about to bring you the final round of the night. So we will be right back. So I can just go out there and find out who's playing table 1 here for us. All right, guys. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all. Welcome back. We are here for the 4th and final round of this modern FNM. Alex, see that little chat there? How snazzy. Look at all these special guests. Yeah, we are trying to update this stream to where, it is a little more enjoyable for y'all. You're not just waiting in dead air for so long. Trying to make it better here. So if you don't care, give me your feedback here while we are live. This last round, we are going to have Sir William playing his burn deck. He is 3-0-6-0 tonight. Has not lost a game. That is very nice. Matt is testing me with this camera right now. Oh my gosh. So we got Nick again with his Yargle Combo. I've had him on stream 3 times tonight. That's nice. Going into some rolls here. These nice fancy big die. Courtesy of the Boardroom Cards and Games, which we did try to do a little plug here. All right, Burn the Yargle Combo. And there is my trusty co-host, Mr. Turner.
Where's it at? Nick's got a nickname.
Nick's got a nickname now?
Where's it at?
He is player 2. But we are kind of low on space here.
Nick's been on camera enough. He knows that we know this deck. Where's the thing at?
Right here.
Oh, I was missing. Yarg. People know what Yarg is.
What's Nick? I'm back.
That's what he said whenever we talked to him out there. He said I'm back.
Well, I mean, it is the man's stream.
People know what Yarg is. All right. Yeah. That was his first words quoted whenever we discussed him being at the camera table. He said, "I'm back."
Well, I mean, that means he won his round 3. Because he was, I mean, we watched the sadness happen here.
Yeah. But what he's also referencing is Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan came back to the 90, I'm showing my basketball knowledge here because I actually don't know this. I think it's the 96 Bulls. He came, because I think it was at the 94-95 season. He came back, and that was his quote, "MJ, I'm back." That's Nick right now. He's MJ coming for that, not quite a 3-peat, but a 3-1.
Well, let's hope. It'd be cool if he can pull it off here. Burn's going to be hard. Burn is keeping control of the board. I think that's what Matt needs to do with his burn spells here.
Just control board.
Control board.
Problem is,
if you put it to the grave,
problem
you can get it back.
is, yeah, that's it's kind of problem, you know. He kind of wants his creatures to be in the graveyard.
Y'all, we got the die. Use the die that are at the table. You rolled them.
They said nah.
All right, Urza Saga, cookbook.
Also, you hear about talking about the special guest?
Yeah.
We got rapport.
All right, cookbook activated. Putted. Did I really just say putted?
You did say put it.
Wow. I think Yargle. No, he put the black creature. What was it? Oval Chase Daredevil. Got 2 food we're cooking with here. Oh, it's a saga, I believe, is on 2.
Yeah, game 1 for Burn here. Not good.
Where's Charm down to 11. I see a Lightning Helix in hand, and maybe a Skewer. Oh, no, it was a Swift Spear. Just swinging in 2, 3. Lightning Helix you, take you down to... Nick's like, hold up. Wait a minute.
He said, this is too much. I gotta do some stuff.
Alright, I want to activate my cookbook, create a couple more food, send this back, get it back with the other cookbook. Or, 1, 2, reveal the top card. We've got a non-land. Helix. They are getting into it out there. I understand Burn's trying to go quick, but... Alright, creates a construct. That construct is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 8.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
Yeah, 4 food, 2 cookbook, the construct itself, and a blood token. That's a big boy. I think Matt's going to lose his hot streak here. Alright, that construct is stupid big now.
He dummy thick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 7 is 12.
That's a big boy.
But he's not able to swing with it because he has to block that Swift Spear.
But look, man, we talking about Death Shadow. That's a shadow. That boy's casting a big shadow.
Why is he swinging in?
Why not?
He's at 12-12. Why are you swinging? Oh, he's got a skewer or a light at the stage. He was wanting to do the damage. That way he could cast it for 1. But all Nick has to do is fetch and he can still cast. Or, I can't remember if Spectacle says lost life or was dealt damage. Oh, that didn't tell me what Spectacle did.
Here, I got it. Opponent has lost life. So fetches,
All right.
fetches will do it.
So if he does fetch, he would be able to light the stage. So there's a light at the stage and a skewer the critics. And did they pick him up and he gave it to Nick there? Or what happened there exactly? Skewer and light up. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I think he gave it to Nick, just because Nick had a 12-12 and he was at 14 life, no blocker, and his light up the stage revealed a light up the stage and a skewer the critics. I think is what happened there.
Yeah, like you're not getting anywhere with that.
Yeah, so I think this one did go to Nick. All right, so that was unexpected. So, does Matt bring in the? Oh, yeah. Matt automatically snapped those deflecting
You
bombs.
bring in depoms. You bring in any artifact destruction you have. All of your artifact destruction you have. You cannot let those cookbooks stay on the field. Burn will die. That's what I was saying. Like,
Oh yeah, creating the food token to gain life.
no. Burn hates that. It's just like how Matt got the pretty easy matchup against Death Shadow. Against any kind of life gain at all.
Right.
You're in trouble. That's extra cards you're gonna have to cast, or a bigger board state, or a faster board state you need to have. You have to play a lot better whenever they got life steal. In some cases, it's not actually impossible, but statistically highly improbable that you win the game.
I do think when it comes to sideboards, I think Nick takes out Thoughtseize here. He doesn't want to be losing the life.
Yeah, like the best case scenario, you get like what, Boros Charm,
Yeah.
and you still lose 2, and you still did some of his work for him.
So I think you take out the 2 to 3 Thoughtseize. Yeah, he's took them out. You take out the 2 to 3 Thoughtseize. You put in the 4 Ley Lines of Sanctity.
Yep, that's an easy snap win. Because red has not really any ways of dealing with enchantments.
Well, Matt does because he runs Wear Tear.
Well, yeah, you're running white, so
And he runs it solely for Leyline of Sanctity.
you gotta have.
He said, I will give up... he said it right here on camera. He said, I will give up the 3 damage to kill a problem card that even if I did have a Smash to Smithereens in hand, I'm not going to be able to deal the damage anyways.
Yep. Wear and tear is good. It's doubly good against Nick because if he has a 3 mana up and there's a cookbook, he can get a ley line and
Yeah.
a cookbook. That's a twofer.
Twofer.
Super. That's a double dang double.
Yargle. So that was the first win we saw from Nick that didn't involve just a combo win. It was just a big, dummy, thick construct.
Yep, survive the burn, and then bring out someone that says, I'm going to smack you down.
Speaking of which, we had mentioned them before, but Nick is using these beautiful, beautiful constructs that he got here at the boardroom. They are done by a artist known as Rope Arrow, and he's a local commander player here. And just look how beautiful it is.
It's beautiful.
That local commander player also just got a secret lair. So you can go check that out at rope_arrow secret lair. And you can pick up these beautiful high-res construct tokens from the Boardroom website, boardroomwestvirginia.com. There's Mothman Grafton and the Flatwoods Monster. Just a nice little creature collection, a West Virginia creature collection.
Yes, sir.
It's really nifty. So with that, we're going to get back into game 2 of round 4. Interesting.
He does like he'll do like COD. He does the racing game. He has the whole racing setup, like like the chair and the wheel.
Well, I mean, T-Pain's got that kind of money.
Yeah, I'm saying he plays
Just just think, if we had that kind of money, we could have a camera that doesn't shake.
We get higher.
Support your local Twitch streams.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell.
Greatly appreciated. I never wanted to be a channel that said that.
But here we are.
But here we are.
Ring the bell. Make sure you can get all our notifications whenever it comes up. And I think the next big step is a sponsorship from Reed Shadow Legends.
Oh my gosh.
I would love that'd be my
or NordVPN. Just to say this, we are not sponsored by those companies.
But think about it, NordVPN. I'm just like tired of getting your lands tapped. Get yourself hexproof with NordVPN. Oh yes,
that's great.
See,
that's great.
See,
oh, that's great.
Hit me up. I do all kinds of sponsorships.
Oh man. All right, so getting into this game, we got Urza Saga on the first chapter, a cookbook on the field, leyline of Sanctity, and a Swiss beer.
Yep.
So what Matt wants to do here with that leyline out is either hope for a wear tear, which I'm not seeing in hand, or just go creature heavy.
And the spray doesn't get through the breach or gories.
Or to trigger that prowess, you bolt yourself. Because your life total is not going to matter too much because he's going to one-shot you.
I think you still keep onto the card. I don't know if +1 damage is really going to get you there, my man. If you're not hitting him.
Okay, I've missed these thought-provoking questions. Go ahead and bring it on, Miss Alex_Indria_the_backup. Got double sagas going on. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, 9 thought-provoking. Grilled cheese, snap, keep, slam on table, final answer.
Oh, there's the wear tear. Wear tear. Cast both halves of this card. We're going to get the cookbook and going to get the ley line. And I want to get beats. And it was 2 spells, so double prowess trigger.
As it was foretold.
Hot. Sorry, Alex. That was hot.
Hit him with the sweetness. Yeah, no. Grilled cheese, snap, keep.
Just grilled cheese? No soup, no ham?
Don't need it. Don't need it. Grilled cheese. I want bread, and I want cheese. If it's a little greasy, even better. No, you know what? I'll be even more specific.
It's a meal.
Huh?
It's a meal.
We eat 4 of them. That is a meal, my man. So what I want specifically, is the Riverside Lunch Ladies Grilled Cheese. That MF is greasy, and it is filling, and it is delicious. If I could eat that for the rest of my life, I would never, ever dream about another meal again.
Oh my! You are passionate about that grilled cheese.
The school lunch grilled cheeses were bomb. I would go because they'd always make too many. I would go back for 4ths. I'm not even kidding. If there was time in the lunch period, I was going back. I don't care.
You'll have to come with me to Fayetteville. There is a place called Swiftwater Cafe that do gourmet grilled cheese, and they are bomb. It's called Swiftwater Cafe.
Now, the only other cheeses I will allow on a grilled cheese, other than American, is I don't mind Swiss, but I prefer just American.
You get these cookbook games going on, and we start talking about food because cookbooks and recipes and food.
Grilled.
All right, there's an Emrakul in the grave. Do we have the Goros Vengeance? Yeah, I guess that was the Goros Vengeance.
It has to be.
I'm swinging in with a 15.
Death.
Yep.
Death.
GG's.
Death.
That goes to Yard.
Yep. And just like Michael Jordan, he said he's back. He came and ran the table, and he got that champ. So he's back.
So that means, in all technicality, Nick won FNM tonight.
God, I mean, he beat the undefeated deck. Where is it at? Player named 2. So it is now Nick, MJ's son. There we go.
Nice. You know what? Since food won the night tonight, Speaking of one meal I could eat for the rest of my life, I want to say, some form, because it can be different, some form of Italian pasta dish. Like I could have linguine one night, spaghetti another.
That's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Pick a meal.
A meal?
A meal.
Peanut butter sandwich.
PB&J. You eat just peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
You eat peanut butter sandwiches the rest of your life.
Fluffernutter. Peanut butter marshmallow.
Okay.
Grilled.
$1,000.
Grilled fluffernutter. There we go. That's where I stand on that one.
What about you, Alex? What's your last meal for the rest of your life?
It's definitely not my final meal, but like if we were to do like a final meal for prison people,
It's a grilled cheese. It's a grilled cheese. I would die happy. I haven't had a grilled cheese in probably like 6 months. You know what? That's my lunch tomorrow. Oh no, we're going to Guardians. I'll have to eat early. 3 cheese chicken. Pizza,
or don't say a Nacho Bel Grande from Taco Bell. I know you love your Nacho Bel Grande. I know how you like it. Extra beef. Okay, that's fine. She likes her Nacho Bel Grande. No beef or extra beef, extra cheese, no lettuce, no tomato.
Taco Bell has.
Did I get that right?
Taco Bell is really good food. I can't eat it. But I mean, anything homemade, especially your mom's homemade stuff, that's like instantly like +3 tastiness points.
I'm just waiting to see what she says. I don't know if I got that right. I'm going to get that raid ready too.
I'm gonna go head out.
I can't even describe how good that pasta is.
Yeah. I mean, also anything tastes better when you're not making it yourself. But yeah, especially mom's homemade food.
All right, guys. So that brings us to a conclusion tonight. Nick ended up getting the dub. You're mostly correct. It doesn't come with letter. Gotcha. Nick got the dub tonight with some spicy yarg. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm trying to do my outro here, homegirl. It was in a group message. I sent it, and you and Nick never replied. So
Still have time. We haven't gotten tickets yet.
we have time.
Questions? What questions?
Okay. What's the questions? We can chat here a minute.
Show me what you've got.
I can see her little fingers going on that keyboard like crazy right now.
That was the question. Whether you missed the memo? No. I mean, I think it was in a group chat. Pretty sure.
I made a group chat specifically for it, and
Yeah,
that was the
'cause
one where
Mikey
Mikey was like, "I
Mikey said
can't
he couldn't
go
go.
because he had family
Oh,
matters."
Yeah. Mikey said he couldn't go. So yeah, anyone's you want to come? That's fine. We ain't got tickets yet or nothing. We don't have a time set. If you want to show up, feel free. Great movie.
I'm sure I'll find out. I'm down. All right, y'all. So do this little outro here. Aaron, we're live. So tonight's stream was brought to you in part by The Last Spartan MTG. I'm your commentator, Chris Ring. Sorry, you're stuck with me right now, but I'm here and I'm doing what I can. Man behind the computer, and right here, Mr. Turner. He is my great dapper co-host. I enjoy having him here. With that being said, I'd also like to send a special thank you to the Boardroom Games, Comics, and Brews for letting us do the stream here. And then also a special shout out to Philip Bowen Music for his graciousness in letting us use his music for the stream. So that being said, check them out. And without further ado, I do believe we are going to raid out. Let's see, who can we raid here? Let's do Young Dingo. Doing some modern. Alright, y'all. So,